Welcome to the Mind and Body Performance Podcast, the show where we explore what it really takes to level up your personal well-being. I'm your host, Jake Murphy, and today's topic I'm extremely passionate about. We're going to be talking about how failure only exists in your mind, and in reality, there's absolutely no such thing as failure, just learning experiences. Remember throughout this video that my experiences are going to be different than yours. And that's totally okay. That doesn't mean that we didn't have similar emotions, thoughts, and things happening within our worlds. And that is what makes us uniquely human. I'm going to share a dream of mine from an early age and how it influenced me now. Growing up, I always wanted to be in the NFL. Like I think that thousands of young athletes probably dream that same thing. I want to go play my favorite sport in front of millions of people. And that was my dream. And from an early age, I spent a lot of time just tossing the ball and catching it, or playing a different sport. 3 sports that I loved were lacrosse, basketball, football. Those are my 3 favorite. If I had to put 3, those are it. And the reason why I like all 3, football gave the aggression, the team, the support, the mentorship. Lacrosse to me was, at the time, my 3rd favorite sport. Just because I didn't really know much about it. I liked it because it was similar to basketball, and that's why growing up I used to play a lot of basketball in my front yard because I loved it. Multi-sport, I enjoyed the rhythm to the dribble and like hearing it. I enjoyed shooting, I enjoyed competing with it as well. And then there's lacrosse, which turned into my passion. And what I loved about it was that it combined my 2 favorite games, all combined into one sport. And to go back into, I always thought that football was going to be where I would go. And I would say that that was my first love. Was like if I was going to go play a college sport, it was going to be football. And when the time came, my opportunities were all in lacrosse. And just like that, when I made my decision, that was it. And it's so funny because I remember my last game, my last ever game playing football. It was at Comac High School, and I was running the football, and I took a helmet to my hip. And the hip is one of those things that the legs in general, because that's what's carrying you. So when I took that hit to my hip, I couldn't even move my leg. And yeah, part of me was trying to push through. But then again, there was another part of me that was just like, wow, this is over. I'm not going to be able to keep going. And once that settled in, the emotion just poured right out of me. Because I knew it was it. But the thing that I love about the game of football was that the team, you have to be able to carry out a play, and you have hundreds of plays, and all 11 guys have their own personal, unique job to do on that play. And that's why it's such a beautiful game. Then relay now into lacrosse, and I got the opportunity to go play college lacrosse. And when I first got there, I very much was still upset at the fact that I wasn't playing football. Oh man, I'm not playing football, I'm playing lacrosse. And I had such this, I wasn't really from a lacrosse school at the time. Longwood definitely grew as a lacrosse community after my time. And so I just always looked at it as this sport that I would play to keep in shape for football. And it hurt for a long time. The fact that I felt like I had failed myself because I wasn't good enough to play, or I wasn't big enough, or I wasn't fast enough, I wasn't strong enough. And that's why I was playing lacrosse. But in reality, I needed to just be grateful that I got the opportunity to play. And the skills that I acquired throughout that sport, both mentally, physically, emotionally, led me into being able to go play college lacrosse at a high level. It was a major influence in it. And that's what I got to see. And then as a college lacrosse player, when I first got there was no thought or dream of ever going professional until all of a sudden, someone on my team, a good friend of mine, opened up about his aspirations and his dreams. And that ignited this inspiration in me because I saw how hard this athlete was working. Discipline, obsessed. And it reminded me of how I was for football. The thing that I was missing when I first got to school was the dream. It's like that sense of hope that you need. And I do believe that we need hope. Hope is important, especially with this, because this is in your control. It's in your ability to just get 1% better every single day, which is in everything the only thing we can really control out here. Throughout my journey, failure, each time I was ever met with failure, I've grown as a human being. And I put failure in quotes because it's not really failure. You not getting what you wanted isn't you failing. You losing a game isn't you failing. You not reaching your goals is not you failing. You failing is giving up on yourself. And that's why when you approach it with the mindset to learn, and you can't go wrong, but there's also this other thing where there's pressure. And sometimes us humans give ourselves so much pressure. And you see this in performance, and it actually hinders your performance, both mentally and physically. So us humans taking the pressure off of ourselves. We don't always need to win or be successful or hit our goal right that very moment. We just need to get 1% better every single day. And we could judge our day based on getting 1% better, whether it was a win, a loss, a draw. No matter what, when you look back, if you learned from whatever experience it was, and then you apply the next day, that's a win. And you get up and you take action, that's a win. And when you do that consistently over time, failure doesn't exist. It's only growth. And when we learn to take the pressure off of ourselves and we live with just this objective of learning, applying, and then growing into a better version of ourselves, that's where that true success lies. That's all I have for you for today's episode. If you like this episode, please like, comment, and share this on your Instagram stories and tag me in it, Coach Jake Murphy, on Instagram, TikTok, wherever you use social media. I really want to grow this podcast because I feel like it can help people. And if this relates to you or it could relate to anybody else, please like, comment, and share. That's the only way we grow.